Good day, guys. Jesus, wet. That took forever. I can now see it coming. There's a bit of a lag and a bit of a delay on the chat, so sorry about that. Jesus, wept. Right, let me sort myself out. Sorry for the delay, guys. I'm such a noob. There was no way of me doing this. I tried so hard.
Good day, guys.
Oh, fuck off.
Jesus, wet. That took forever.
Okay, 1 second. Teething difficulties. Teething difficulties. There we go. Now how do I get chat? Pop chat out. Oh, boom, finally. Yeah, so I was going to make a video explaining all this crap, but to be honest, every time I did it, it just come over all mopey and like some kind of stupid sympathy vote, and I don't know, it just didn't feel right. So I decided, let's just bite the bullet, live stream. So today I made I don't even know what you call it, the live stream. I'm such a boomer. Make the live stream on YouTube, and there was no way of backing out then, so here I am. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. All this will be explained in just a second. Let me sort myself out, and then I can read chat. I'm as blind as a bat at the moment. Okay, here we go. Jesus wept. 500 and odd people watching. That's crazy. Right. So it's a bad webcam. I apologize for that. As you know, I don't normally come on camera, so I've just got one of those Logitech, I don't know, whatever you call it. And yeah, here we go. So I come on here today to say that first off, I'm back, and yeah, that's a good thing. And also there's going to be a bit of a teething for a little tiny bit where I kind of get myself sorted and straight. My life's changed quite a bit, but in a good way, in a very good way. I had some crazy shit that was going on, and I just had to deal with it. I couldn't make a video, and I couldn't tell you guys, because no matter how I tried to do it, or I tried to frame it, or if I made a video, or if I was going to post something online, it would always come across as some kind of sympathy vote. So in my stupid mind, the only way to deal with it was to just deal with it and then come and see you guys once it was done. But unfortunately, the way my mind thinks, it's as if I have let you down, because it's been so long, longer than what I expected, a hell of a lot longer. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about what has happened, and it's probably going to come across as a little bit morbid or a little bit sad or whatever, but it's not, because there's one hell of a good ending to it. And it's very good news anyway, very good news around. But first off, because I'm blind at the moment, I just need to read your messages because I can't see. Everything will be explained in just a second. So first off, if you guys can just type 1 or whatever it is in the chat, so I know that the mic is working and you can hear me okay, because I literally only ever want to do this once, and then I'm never ever going to bring it up in any future videos. There's not going to be any unprofessional live streams like this again. There will be live streams. I'm more than happy to do that. In fact, I can't wait to make proper videos again. I can't wait to do live streams. I can't wait to get on camera. I'm going to have to get myself a proper camera. Oh, that's good. The ones are coming through now, finally. Cheers, guys. But yeah, my channel is going to completely change. because now that I've got all my problems sorted, I can now do what I want to do what I've always wanted to do, but I couldn't because because I got this stupid thing that happened. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Do I go from the beginning? Fuck, this is hard, guys. I don't normally talk about myself. My channel has always been, I don't know. It's just emulation, games, fun, happy times, a place for you to come. I try not to do drama on my channel. I try not to make it a negative place. I try to make it as positive as possible so people can just come and, I don't know, chill out and have a good time. I do talk far too much, and some of that and the reason why will be explained in just a second. The reason why I go on hiatuses for so long every now and again when I was active will be explained in just a second. Yeah, this is a hard one. Okay. We're gonna go on a little story. We're gonna go on a story, and this is only gonna be said once, and then that's it. Then there's gonna be no more crap in the future. There's gonna be no more. I don't know. I don't want to play on it. That's the thing, and I know none of. I can't tell, to be honest, because I don't know how this YouTube live things works. But please don't send, what's it called, live money chat things, whatever it's called. I don't mind subscribing, that's cool, but don't send no money, because I don't want to profit from this video. I tried to turn as much stuff off as I could, but unfortunately the YouTube studio thing, whatever it's called, it won't let me turn some things off. It just automatically does it with my setup, at least as far as I can understand. So I'm not after your money or anything like that. Fuck it, yeah, come on, let's do it. So it's easier for me to work forward than it is to work backwards. So if I told you what had happened, then you're going to ask another question, another question, another question. So the easiest way is to start from the beginning. Okay. And again, it's going to come across as such a sad little mopey story of little tiny violins playing and all that kind of crap. But honest to God, at the end of it, it's a very happy story. And even throughout, my life has been, it's been fucking amazing. And I mean amazing, guys. I am such a blessed and lucky guy. It's unbelievable. And to have all you guys watch my videos, it's not what I expected. It's not what I know YouTubers say this, but I thought maximum. When I started YouTube, there was another guy who was doing it. I won't say his name because it'll be embarrassing for me and him. But there was another YouTuber. He doesn't know me, I don't think. And I used to watch him all the time. And I thought, if ever I get to his level, I would be the happiest guy alive. And at the time, his level was... It's bad even talking about the numbers point of view. His level was 43,000 subscribers. And I thought, if ever I'm that lucky, then I think I had made it. And yeah, when I surpassed that, I really did think it was, I don't know. It's fucking emotional for me, this, guys. Ah, fuck. I don't want to talk about what I'm going to talk about, but I have to. Okay. I don't come from a very nice place. Well, it is a nice place. I fucking love the place. It's my home. I don't live there anymore. I come from Merseyside, aka Liverpool in the UK, and I don't come from a very nice place in that place. It was quite a rough estate, council estate. If there's Americans watching, it's like the projects or whatever it is, I think they call it over there. It's just government-run housing, and I loved it. I didn't know any different. You know, I never got into trouble. Luckily, when I was a kid, I've always been 6'1", so no other kid messed with me because I've always been 6'1". But yeah, I had a good life. I grew up around there. Parents had no money, but nobody else had any money as a kid. So that made me tinker. It made me, I don't know, make my own fun. So if the sun was shining or if it wasn't raining, I would play out. I'd play out as much as I could. I'm a very social person. I'll just wake up as soon as the sun comes up and I'll go out all day and all night and I won't come home until I have to. And that was the way I liked it. But unfortunately, we live in the UK and it rains every day. So we spend a lot of time at home. And that's where my geeky side comes out. Because I didn't have any money, I would... what's it called? I would make whatever I needed. So my parents hated it because, I don't know, we would go to the market. I couldn't afford nice toys and stuff like that. So we would buy, I don't know, a cheap radio controlled car. And then I would buy it, not because I like the radio controlled car, but because I like the radio controlled bit inside the car. And then I learned how to take the radio controlled bit out and then make my own car from another car from somewhere else and build what I liked. That's what my geeky side comes from. I could never afford it, so I just made it. And that's the way most of my life went on. Now, fast forward, obviously we had quite a lot of stuff going on in the 80s. We had, I don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, RoboCop, Conan the Barbarian, reminisce. You know, you guys know the 80s. It was a fantastic time. He didn't need money. He just needed a TV. And yeah, that was some happy times. And then I grew up, went to obviously high school and stuff. I wouldn't say popular kid, but I was in the cool gang and all that kind of crap. I think my social skills paid off at some point. It was about all I had going for me. And then we would go out again as much as I could. I was into art. I'm a creative person. So I would do a lot of drawing and things. I didn't do too bad at school. But the problem was that because I would go and play out so much, I would literally, I don't know, when I was in high school, I would go to the door to answer it, and then I would go out and not tell anybody, and I would come back a week later. I was terrible for it. I would just go out and play, and it was good. I never got in any trouble. There was never any police or anything involved, but yeah, I would just go and do my own thing. And then one day I came home and I ended up homeless at that stage. And yeah, it wasn't for long because I was technically a kid at the time. So I never did anything wrong, but I ended up in like a boys' home. And yeah, that was crazy. It wasn't bad because I pretty much knew everybody who was in the home because they all come from around mine. And the one thing that I wanted was to get out and have a real life. So I did the college and university because they put me in a boys' home. I was in there for not long, a month or two. And then because I would work and because I would do my studies and stuff like that, they seen I could look after myself and that I wasn't a troublesome guy. So they put me in like what they call a halfway house. So it's like a place where people from prison, single mums who haven't got a place to go, alcoholics, drug addicts and all that kind of stuff. But again, they were all my mates, so it made no difference to me. And then I enjoyed it in a weird way because it was my life. But because I had to pay rent and everything by this stage, to go to college, even though I was still a kid, I had to work. So I had to work and do studies at the same time. And it took a long time. I had to cheat the system sometimes, pretend to get kicked out of things so I wouldn't get other things stopped. It's hard to explain, but it's the way the government works, or it did back then. But I managed to get there in the end. Anyway, long story short, I got a job, the job that I wanted to do. I was an art student, so I wanted to become a graphic designer. That's why I do stupid arty stuff for my thumbnails. I know they're terrible, but that was a long time ago when I studied. And I thought that was my dream job. And I did get the job. I was getting paid quite handsomely. It was, what would you call it? A lot more than other people were earning at the time. I kind of made it. But the thing was that I still wasn't happy, but I didn't know why. And then one day, September 11th, the Twin Towers blew up. And I'm from the UK, so I've got no personal stakes. I know that comes across as harsh. It is a terrible thing, and that's why it did kind of affect me a little bit. I knew it was a big thing that was going on. The Twin Towers blew up, and I seen what was happening on TV, and I thought, the world's going to change now. And I can either, I don't know, keep on doing what I'm doing and just live a normal 9 to 5, which didn't sit right to me. Or I can do what I normally do, which is the craziest thing in any situation. And that's what I did. I think it was a month later, and I was enlisted into the British Army. I just thought, fuck it. Let's do it. I grew up watching films and stuff like that, so I thought, yeah, let's see what's in the films, and let's see the other side of the story, because I didn't join to fight anybody. You know, you do anyway, obviously. It's not so much fighting, it's more of, I don't know, protecting. I'm just as much against any government as my own. I take no sides in anything. What I joined the army for was a life experience, not to win any battles anywhere. It was just a way for me to see the world. Again, I come from nothing, from nowhere. I had no savings. I had no house. I had a good job, but I had nothing to put down on anything. So it was a way for me to find a path. It's hard to put it into words, guys. But I joined up, and I wanted to learn something that would be useful in the future instead of just being a grunt. So I wanted to go into computers, learn something. I always wanted to learn code, but unfortunately in the UK, we were, well, I don't know, my computers and stuff when I was a kid was the ZX Spectrum as a little tiny kid. Then I moved on to the Sega Master System. Luckily enough, I got that for Christmas when I was a little kid. And then the stuff in schools were Archimedes and BBC Micros. I'm not going to learn any kind of coding or computing on those. They're just old stuff. So I went down to the careers office. I asked them, could I do computing? And there was no, like, I don't know what you would call it in any other country. Over here we call it a cap badge. So your regiment, the corps that you would join, there was nothing that did computing. So I was told to join the Signals, which are communication specialists, and then I could transfer over into computers. So I did that. I joined the Signals. I became a computer specialist, computer communication specialist. It took me a year to go through training, satellites, servers, radios, phones, area nodes, literally anything that involves communications. I was good at it. And then I went to my first unit. My first unit, of all things, was an armored unit. So I can legally drive tanks on the road. And I did do every day when I first got there. They sent me on a tank driving license. And I went for coffee in a truck stop in a tank. Oh, there were some good days. And yeah, I enjoyed it. But I wanted to do the computing. I'm rambling on so much, guys, but this is so hard for me, and I do apologize for that. But I asked to transfer. They sent me to the IS cell, and I got in there. And to be honest, the computers were worse than what I had in my room back in the block. They were terrible. They were old XP machines, Pentium 3s, and the stuff that they were doing just didn't interest me whatsoever. Luckily, however, the stuff that was going on in different countries, I'm not going to talk about anywhere that I've been. I have been to places, as you'll find out, and I've done things. But I'm not going to talk about that kind of stuff, not in this one. And so I asked to go back to my unit to go back to the tank stuff, but things had changed. The way that the battlefield was changing. There was a new thing that had come out. You're going to have to Google it. I'm not going to tell you what they do because I'm not saying it's special or anything, but when you've got Nintendo on the back, the last thing you need is Ministry of Defense on your back as well. It's LEWT, LEWT, British Army, and they find people. That was my job, finding people, whether it be digitally, physically, I don't know, theoretically, in any kind of way. Someone give me a name. My job was to find them people in any country, any place, anywhere. And I loved it. That was a damn good job, and I was very good at it. And it took me to places that I could only have ever dreamed of. I literally have travelled the world. Not just bad places, good places. I don't know. I've been to, I don't know. Some of the good ones is Greece. I went around the Mediterranean. I spent a month on a yacht, sailing around, getting pissed every day. For American people, that's getting drunk, not angry. And yeah, there were some good times, all paid for. And that's something I could never do again. Over in France, I also went to Sandhurst, which is our military academy, where we teach officers. And yeah, I worked there, teaching the officers communications, more importantly in the field. So it was good. I was my own boss there. I would just literally go out in the middle of nowhere, come back a month later, and yeah, it was... I was married then as well, but it didn't last very long. Yeah, because I would go out and I would come back a month later, and yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is hard, this, guys. I promise you, from after this video, we're going to be a lot more professional. I'm going to have some kind of script. We're going to edit videos. We're going to do live streams, but we're going to have some of them fancy borders on the sides. And we're going to have a plan. And then, yeah. Anyway, whilst I was in the army, I got smashed up. Yeah. Fuck me. Anyway, yeah, I got smashed up a bit. And the good thing is that that was the fuck. The good thing was that after that, I got fixed up a bit. They rebuilt. My leg got fucked up. And they rebuilt my leg. They rebuilt it about 5 times. And holy shit, this is not what my channel is about. So yeah, I got smashed up, and then I didn't know what to do. Basically, I couldn't run again. They told me I could never run. So you no longer you can. And I don't know. It might have changed by now, but back then you could no longer be in the army once you can no longer run. So I remember going to a doctor's office, and then he told me that basically I lost my job, and because I lived in the army, I lost my house and everything. Killed me. And I didn't know what to do at all. But and this is why you guys are kind of are kind of special for me, because when I left, I didn't want to talk about it. I just wanted it to be something different. And that's when I started YouTube. Now, I was chair-bound for like 12 months. I couldn't walk. The meds got me bad. But it was okay. So anyway, fuck me. Being a pussy to the whole fucking internet. So, yeah. I started YouTube. And that's why my channel is happy. Because that's what it's all about to me. I just want to have good times. Do something completely different away from what happened or what was happening. And have a place that I could escape into. Playing games that I've always played since I was a little kid. And new games that come out all the time. And I know from being to all these shithole places, excuse if anybody lives in a shithole place, I've been there myself. Not just where I grew up. That's nothing compared to some of the places that I've been. And I never went anywhere to take over no countries or nothing like that. When I go to different countries, I go there to meet the people. And I do talk to people. And I don't know, the games, they always, it was an escape. Like sometimes you could be in the shittest place in the world. I mean like a literal war zone. And there would be shit everywhere. and people would have nothing, and it would be a bad time. But then you would hear the little din 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 din, and there'd be a little kid on one of those little Chinese knockoff Nintendo handheld devices playing Super Mario for the first time, and you could hear it and you could see it. And that's why games are so special for me, because I can see what he was doing and what I had done when I was a kid. And then starting YouTube, meeting people from all around the world who I've not been everywhere in the world, but I've been to many places. And I know that many people can't afford to play some of the games. That's why I never judge anybody. I always say in my videos to pay for what you play, and I do abide by that. As much as I can, obviously. Obviously, some things just aren't sold anymore. Some things are just too expensive to get hold of. But I do fork out stupid money for stupid games. And everything that I do play, I do pay for. But I know that there's places in the world where you cannot just go down to the shop and buy things. I know there's places in the world where you cannot just go and what's it called? Buy games. I know kids that I've never seen, even a PS2, even a PS1 in most cases. It's just something that's never existed. All those Chinese knockoff devices that everyone takes the piss off, they're the things that people have in shithole countries. And showing people to emulate stuff, yeah, it's different for everybody. For me, it's not about playing pirated stuff. I know that people do it for that kind of thing, and I've got no qualms. Like I said, who am I to judge? But for me, it's just about letting people play games, no matter what, where you come from, how much money you've got, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's me taking a stupid speech. So anyway, let's get back to where we were with my gammy leg. I left the army. I ended up starting YouTube, and yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do. When you get released from the British Army, you have 12 months pay. It doesn't come in a oneer. It just carries on like your wage was getting continued. But after that 12 months, there's nothing. The problem was that obviously I was chairbound for 12 months when I went into the office and lost my job and my house and everything. But luckily, I got myself somewhere to live. I had a missus at the time. She was all right, I suppose. And yeah, I started a new life. I would make videos. Where I was chairbound, I had fuck all else to do, let's put it that way. And it gave me a release, something to do each day. But I knew that I had planned for something for the future. Now, luckily, due to that stupid job that I had, finding people, it looks like I was useful. I didn't think I would because, you know, it's not like there's many people asking to drive tanks or find people. But there was. The government took me on again, but in a different role. This time I was finding people. The only people I didn't find was terrorists. Everything else was good. So, pedophiles, I don't know, wannabe gangsters, I suppose, but mostly big time. I didn't stop them or anything. It's just my job to find them. It's what I did. I did it well. And yeah, I did it. And I was happy making my YouTube videos because that gave me something as a release. I don't know, even though I left the army, I see so much shit every day in this world, which is fucked up beyond. It's a lot to take in. And so games and YouTube, talking to each and every one of you guys, that's what makes me happy. I don't do it for the money. YouTube get my money anyway. And anything that did come in, it just went on that. It goes in my games. Because buying games lets me emulate more. So I can emulate more to show you guys how to emulate more. That's the way I run. Could change in the future, I don't know. But that's how it's been going for now. Or at least it was until I stopped. But the problem was that when I made my last video on YouTube, the week before I went into the what's it called? The week before I went into the doctors, and he said that he couldn't. While all this was going on, my leg was killing me. They rebuilt it. I think it was 5 times in total, plus shitloads of crappy operations. They have an operation just to have a look inside, and then they have to wait 6 months to recover from that. So that's why I would go missing for so long. They were plowing me with all kinds of painkillers, and it affects my speech and my memory and my emotions sometimes. And the pain was really fucking me up badly, to the stage where I couldn't think. I was getting angry, and I'm good with my I'm saying I'm good with my emotions. I just fucking whinge my eyes out to like 500 people. Yeah. I went into the doctor and I needed to stop the pain. The pain was fucking killing me. Imagine somebody shooting you in the leg and then getting a screwdriver and wiggle it inside 24/7. And it gets worse at night time. The meds were getting worse. And then when the week before I made that last video, I went into the doctor's and he said that he could no longer, they couldn't do anything else. The leg had to come off. And that messed with my head a lot. Now, I thought that the what's it called? I thought that the fuck. He said that he would take the leg. And when they said that, I thought it'd be like a month or something. And now, for those of you who are in the UK, you're aware of the NHS. God bless them. They're doing God's work at the moment with what's going on out there. But for anybody who's waiting for something, you'll know how long it takes. And even though I was in the worst pain I've ever been in, and I've been in some shit pain, it just kept on going on and on and on. And it wasn't until the 25th of November last year, that was when I had my leg amputated. And so it was basically a year. And that's why I kept on saying I was coming back, because that's all I wanted to do. But while this was going on, the pain was so bad that they were plowing me with morphine. And I was, Oromorph it's called. And I was just swigging it like it was pop. It was the only thing I could do to get rid of the pain. But it was for a year. So it affected my speech. It's made it so I have to wear glasses now because I can't see a thing anymore, and it affected my head a lot, as you can probably tell. Still, um, it's bad stuff, really bad stuff. I was an art student, so before I joined the army, I smoked the wacky backy. You know, everybody did. The problem is, the British Army, you can no longer do anything like that. You get drugs tested all the time. As soon as anything's found in your system, you lose your job. Then obviously I was on Civvy Street, but I was still working for the government. In order to work for the government, you need a security clearance. Because of the job that I did, my security clearance was quite high. The problem was that if I ever got caught with anything in my system, I'd lose my security clearance. Not that I've got one now after bawling my eyes out in front of the whole internet. So, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. This is probably the worst live stream ever. But, like I said, there's a good ending to it. Because, like I said, on the 25th of November, they took my leg off. And the day after they took my leg off, it was probably the best day of my life. And I've had some good days around this world. But the pain stopped. And that was one of the best feelings I've ever had. I lost my leg. I don't care about my leg. I'm like a 40-year-old dude. I've got no intentions of running anywhere for the rest of my life. I can walk now. I'll show you in a second. I'll get up, but I can't talk because you won't be able to hear me with the microphone. Yeah. It was like, I'm not no born again Christian. I'm not, where is it? I was brought up religious, but I'm not a religious guy. I believe in something good out there, but I think, I don't know. Can't put a name on it. Anyway, it's bad to talk about religion on the internet. But anyway, yeah, I had the leg chopped off, and all I wanted to do was get back and make videos for you guys. But Jesus Christ, it was like life was tossing me all kinds of crap because I was having my leg amputated. Obviously, because I was in the army, I didn't have a house. I have to rent. And then when my landlord found out that I was having my leg amputated, they served an eviction notice on me. So that was when I was going to start last time, and I sent you the message online saying, oh, I'm going to start, because I had all my intentions. I was ready to go. I thought, oh, the morphine's out in the system, I can start live streaming. And then I get an eviction notice. It's like, fuck's sake, I'm having my leg choked off in 3 days, and you're serving me an eviction notice? So that's where I've been. I've just been having crap like that. But luckily, now, like I said, oh my God, no more pain, guys. Don't get me wrong, I've had my leg chopped off, so it's still a bit poorly. But compared to before, it's like no one's business. I am such a happy person right now. In fact, I've got you on stream. Here we go. So I've got my wheelchair because it makes life easy for me. And it's not the whole leg, so it's not that bad. There you go. Check out that bad boy. So, yeah. So yeah, and fuck me, how good is it just to be? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm on what's it called now? Oxycodone or something, whatever it is. Oh, compared to the crap that I was on, a lot better. And my head's straight finally. Don't get me wrong. I'm still a bit tapped, as you can tell, but yeah, It's good. I can feel all the crap losing my system. I can feel my life getting back to normal. And I can finally feel like I can start making videos again because everything's just settled, stable, and happy. I just want to be a boring guy again. Since when in my life can I just have a normal, boring life? Just enjoy the good things. Play games all day. I don't mind working. I've worked 3 jobs and a fucking... Where is it? A university education at the same time. I know how to work and graft. It's just... Yeah, now I can enjoy the good things again. And the great thing is that even though I've been through all this crap and had like the shittest few years of my life, it's been fucking unbelievable. But at the end of it, whilst I was on morphine and whilst I was taking every drug under the sun and felt like somebody was slamming pitchforks into my leg every day, I managed to find, this is going to sound so cheesy, I managed to find YouTube. I managed to find you. It sounds so cheesy, but it is true. I fucking love it. I get to talk to people from all around the world every day with a interest in stupid video games like me and about old systems that people have forgotten, and I get to make some of the best things you could ever imagine. I can't wait. Whilst all this is going on as well, guys, remember the story I told you about the little kid who used to take apart toys and stuff? Well, while all you guys have been waiting for me to come back and bless you with my presents again. Sorry, I had a leg to chop off. I don't know if you can see it. I've been making loads of stuff, to be honest. But over there... You know that... What's that console that came out recently? The, what's it called? The one where you plug all the fucking things in. It begins with an R. It was something like Roblox or something, then they changed the name. Someone put it in chat. It's going to take about 10 years for it to come into chat because of the way that I set this thing up. I'm sorry. Again, I'm going to improve this in the future. We are going to be doing plenty more live chats. They're going to be a lot better than this. We're going to be planned. We're going to have people on. I'm going to do guests and stuff like that. I've got such plans for the future and I cannot wait. Now my head's together. Polymega. Yeah, someone said it. Thank you... Righteous Davies 777, you are ace. Yeah, the Polymega. So basically, the Polymega got, what was it? They said it was going to be FPGA. You can plug all your consoles in. It's going to be the future. And it is. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's basically a PC with a ready-made front end on it. And I like it. I like the idea. I mean, it saves people hassle. If we just want to plug your cartridges in, have a good time. But the thing is, it's not what it could be. And me and my stupid brain, I made... Let's get back. That side. So, when I was a kid, I always wanted an Amiga, but I couldn't afford it. I had a IBM 286 that my dad brought home from work. And... yeah, I loved it. It was ace, but it wasn't an Amiga, and that's what pissed me off. So now I own a couple of Amigas. But this one, where has it gone? This one is a special one. Because that Amiga plays everything. Everything from the year 2000 and down. So in there is I don't know, what's it called? It's FPGA, everything that can be FPGA nowadays. So we've got I don't know, what do you call it? PC Engine, Neo Geo, SNES, Super Nintendo, sorry American people, Nintendo, Genesis, Mega Drive, obscure computers. Some of my favorites, the Amiga itself. Basically, there's a mystery inside of it, but We didn't just stop there. Also inside of it, the Mister is linked up to a PC, and then the PC is linked up to a multi-board, which can read any cartridge, pretty much any cartridge from any console. It's also got a disk drive on it, so we can read any. I can't remember the disc size. The normal blue disc. Is it 3.5 millimeter, 3.5 inch disc, whatever you call it? I don't know. The small, the ones that the Amiga had. It plays and can read CDs, so PlayStation, any console and any computer from the year 2000 and down, that can do it, and it can do it perfectly. And these are the projects that I've been working on. We've got a couple of arcade machines. We've got a ZX Spectrum that, I don't know, probably finds prostitutes or something like that. My head goes wild, and I just come up with ideas, and I love making things. That's the way it is. But the problem is that I've been so frustrated because I'm in my little world of let's drink swig morphine because I'm in so much pain that I haven't been able to tell you guys about it. And yeah, so that's what we got in the future. Jesus Christ. I've just waffled some crap. I don't know how long we've been going for there, guys. But I got it out, finally. And I'm sorry. I really am sorry. But, like I said, if I would have told you a year ago, it would have just come across as, oh, poor me, give me subs and give me money for, whatever. And it's not how I work. So no matter how I tried to make a video to tell you guys, it always came across as me looking for the sympathy vote. So me and my stupid head and the way that it works, I had to beat it and then come and tell you about it. I just wasn't expecting it to take this fucking long to get here. But we're done. And again, in the future, moving forward, we're going to be a lot more professional. I'm going to have things in the corner that say stuff and do things. I'm going to have a script. I'm going to go back to editing. I'm going to try and make my videos less waffly. The reason why my videos went off on such tangents is because you tried swigging half a litre of morphine, then trying to make a technical video on something that makes sense to other people, and then edit that thing. That's why my videos were so bad. So the caliber of the videos are going to improve because I'm on less medication now. I've got plans. Now you all know that I've got a gammy leg and I don't have to try and hide my crutches in the videos. I can now be on camera, which means that I can do physical things. I want to apologise to anybody that sent anything to me and I haven't been able to make a video about it. Basically, it's not because I didn't want to cover it. I'm more than happy to send whatever it is that you sent back, apart from the Chinese crap. Chinese people, no offense, but you've already ruined my life. So if you sent me any crappy systems, you're not getting them back. But any, you guys, legit guys, I'll either send it you back, I'll make a video on it, or I'll reimburse you for wherever it was. Anybody that had Patreon over that period, you don't have to explain to me. You don't have to tell me anything. If you had a Patreon and it was over that period that I wasn't making a video, send me an email and I will just reimburse you all the money that you ever sent to me over that period, because it's not fair on anybody. I don't know. I was speaking morphine every day. I couldn't even read the time, never mind think that far in depth. So I am sorry for letting people down about that, but I hope that you can understand the reason why you tried doing that. I'm going to get to your messages in a second. I'm scared to look, to be honest, because I've got no idea if I've just made a fool of myself on the internet. I know I have, because I've just fucking whinged my eyes out. Fuck. But I had to do it. This all had to come out so I can move forward. Otherwise, what would it be like if I made a video and you guys noticed, oh, he's not got a leg. Why has he not got a leg? And then I'd tell you why. And it's like, well, why were you in the army? What did you do? And at least now you all know. And that's why I'm only saying this story once. And from this day forth, then we know more. And this video is probably going to get deleted straight after the stream because of it's too embarrassing, isn't it? Anyway, I don't even know how live streaming works anymore, so I'm going to get back. I'm going to read messages, and I'm sorry for being such an unorganized dick making this, but I just had to get it out. You try and put this into an edited video. It just doesn't work. So what have we got? Fuck me, guys. You guys have been busy typing. Whoa. I don't know. I can't read properly because my fucking eyes have all messed up. Would you guys like me to get somebody on Discord so they can talk to me or something? Again, I'm so crap at this kind of stuff. I don't know how it works properly. I'm the it's fucking embarrassing. Should we get somebody on Discord? Put a 1 in chat, because that's all I can see is ones. I can just see text going up and down at the moment. It's going to take a while for that to come through anyway. But if it does, I don't know. I'll go into my Discord and pull somebody in. I don't know how that works. Sorry. Vape. It was probably the best thing I ever did. Yay. Let's get somebody in Discord. The ones have come through. Boom. Oh, no, that's another thing. How do I do this? Jesus wept, guys. Come on. Bear with me. Again, I promise, we're going to do this much better in the future. Now, do you all know why I was so happy and weird in my videos? When you make videos like that, to me, it is the most happiest thing I've ever done. Somebody's calling me on Discord. Oh, yeah. Hang on a second now. Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you, but I think it's coming through my me making things. It's coming through my arcade cabinet. Oh no, it's not. Where's that coming from? Say something.
Hello everyone.
Can they hear you?
Me talking. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, press 2 in chat. I think there's a bit of delay, obviously.
Oh, they're putting 2. They can hear you. Oh. Well, am I even wearing these headphones like a dickhead?
I think I'm going through your speaker.
Have you guys got feedback? Can you hear that twice or something?
Yeah, I think it's going through through like a speaker or something.
Yeah, it is. How do I make that not do that? Oh, fuck's sake. I am so unprofessional. Oh. If I was a proper streamer, I'd press that be right back or something, wouldn't I? Hang on a second. I think this might work now. Say something. You there, Kai? You there? Yeah, I can hear you. But can the rest of the chat hear you still? Because I just messed with my sound setting. Oh, what? No! Now can you hear me? Yo. Can you hear me now? Oh, fuck! Um... Can you guys hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, I can hear you.
Can the rest of the world hear me? Did you see me fucking crying for an hour? Cool. I think they can hear. Yes. Finally. Okay. So, what's going on? Can you see chat and everything?
Yeah, I can see chat. We currently have we peaked around about 1,060 odd viewers, which
Whoa.
is insane. So thank you very much for everyone coming into chat.
That's fucking crazy.
We've had a couple of donations from people.
Whoa. I told you not to donate, guys. Fuck's sake, you're killing me.
I think it's because they came in later and they didn't see it at the beginning. So just want to say, modern. I think it's modern vintage gamer.
He's a legend. I like that guy. Best YouTuber in my absence, obviously. But yeah, I like him. If anybody could take my mantle, not that it was much of a fucking mantle, it would be him. He is, yeah, fair play. I watch his videos probably more than anybody. And Bithead 1000. I don't think he'd be in here, but yeah, I love that guy.
We also had Sega Europe join the chat as well. Send some love to you.
Sega Europe?
As in, yes, the Sega, the company Sega.
What the fuck?
Account joins the live chat and send them all your love, their love to you.
What the fuck? Get out of there. It's a troll account.
I'm not. No. It's legit Sega. It's verified Sega Europe account. Which is insane.
Yeah. Fucking hell, Sega Europe. Thank you. Send me some games.
Yeah, they did say love games, not piracy, and then put like a winky face. Sorry, love emulation, not piracy.
Yeah, exactly. Except for poor people. You know, real poor people.
I pointed at your wall and said Shenmue, you know. So
Yeah, I've got more fucking Sega than the. There you go, guys. Can you see the? Basically, it's the wall of Sega and a few Nintendo. Blech, all over it.
We also had Lon TV.
Oh, Lon, I like him. Yeah, the top guy. If ever you need product reviews, go to Lon TV. He is by far the best and the most trustworthy reviewer I have seen on YouTube. With a heart of gold.
Yeah, so we had those 3 counts come in. Said some love and support to you, which is nice. Everyone in chat has been super, super lovely. Just super supportive. Like, you know, when you were saying sorry for waffling, they're like, no, waffling's good. We like, you know, we missed you. We need to catch up with all the waffling and when obviously you got a bit upset, which is understandable. But they were completely fine. There was no one disrespecting you for anything.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm a big boy. I can handle disrespect. It was just fucking hard for me to get it out, that's all. I don't care people taking a piss out of me. It's just... I don't know.
Yeah. No, you have to say it. Like, you know, you said it now, and it's just...
Yeah.
Nothing.
And now, nobody else knows. It dies with this stream.
But yeah, very, 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 very much all beloved in chat right now. Everyone's super happy to see it. So.
That's cool.
Are you going to explain about your room and what's in the room right now?
I don't know.
I mean, as in your current room that you're in right now, like, you know, because you said about moving. You said about your old town, didn't you? Did you say about the new place?
Oh, yeah. Obviously, because I got served the eviction notice. I never did nothing wrong. I paid my rent. My rent was early, if anything. Never fucked up the house. I don't know. I was in the army, so I'm a clean freak. And... excuse me. I just looked after the place. But when they found out that I was going to have my leg chopped off in the house, not obviously... we're going to do it literally in the house. But I was going to be... I don't know what they thought. But yeah, they slapped me with an eviction notice. Which, again, it was bad at the time. But it ended up being super good for me. Because I moved into a house which was better for me, a bungalow. So I didn't have the stairs to deal with. And it gave me this room. Because last time I had my gaming setup spread up between about 3 different rooms. But obviously in this house it's got one large room. So I've managed to fit most of it in here. I have got other stuff throughout the house as well. There's only so much you can fit even in here. But yeah, I'm damn lucky for that. And... Oh, let me tell you about this, guys, as well. While we're on the thing about my gammy leg. I need to get this off my chest quick. The British Army, of all people, they... I get... my medical stuff was done by the... what's it called? My medical stuff was done by the NHS. I'm on the NHS. However, because of how it happened, I'm entitled to certain things, you know, like better prosthetics so I can run. I'm allowed a little bit more help because of how it happened. I don't get any, you know, special treatment, but yeah, there's certain things that they do. Anyway, it's done through like a medical pension. I don't get any monetary value out of it, but I do get what's it called? The benefits for it. Now, when I had my leg amputated, they told me that I no longer had a poorly leg. I can't remember the terminology, so we'll just say poorly. I no longer had a poorly leg. That's it. I've no longer got a poorly leg. So we don't have to give you any of those benefits anymore. So just needed to get that off the chest. That's how the British Army treat the soldiers. It's fucking disgusting. Anyway, that's the last rant. That's it now. Positive shit from now on. So yeah, the room. So yeah, I got most of it in here. I've got I think we're up to 2 arcade cabinets. The Neo Geo one that I made a video about ages ago. Then I've got another one which is like Game Room Solutions kind of thing. It's not from Game Room Solutions, but it's that kind of thing. I might do a video in the future. The problem is that the guy who supplied it is fucking. He ended up being a dodgy guy, and I don't want to promote him. So I don't know what to do with it. It's a lovely machine. I might show you stuff that you can do with an arcade machine, but yeah, Anyway, then we've got like the wall of what you guys can see mostly. So we got the classics and all that stuff. Most of the collections down there. PS1, PS3, Dreamcast, Xbox 360, Wii U, some Sega Saturn. I can't think what's at the back. The Sega Genesis, Sega Master System. I've got some ZX Spectrum and Disc Space games stuck in the corner there. Arcade stuff. Right in the corner at the back is my really retro stuff. And then right at the back we've got a lot of PS2, Nintendo Wii, PC stuff. And then all my retro systems are in, well, where everyone else puts them, in little IKEA cubes. I'll do a proper, I don't know. It's on a shitty webcam in it. So once I get my, what's it called? Once I'm sorted and this video is finally fucking done and I've got it off my chest, then we're going to get back to some quality content. Like I said, I can't wait to start editing again. So we're going to have properly formatted videos because I'm not on so much medication anymore. I will be talking sense. I won't be getting things wrong. I will be fact checking a lot more. There'll be less waffles, although it's me. It's what makes me me. I like my waffles. So, yeah. The thing is that I always wanted to do when I did the emulation was not just show you how to play a game. I want you to know the whole system. So, if you was to play something, then you can play all the games and you know what each one of the settings do. You know how it benefits you. You know the drawbacks. You know everything about that system. So you become a professional at that emulator. It takes you 2 minutes to load up any emulator, tell it where the ROM file is and press go. But the problem is when you try another one, it won't work. It'll be corrupt or something, or the controls will be messed up, or you won't be getting what you can be getting out of it. And that's what I always wanted to do. I wanted people to play the games properly, because there's nothing worse. I don't know. It's like, I love Raspberry Pis. Raspberry Pis are amazing. Awesome bits of kit for 30 quid. And they will play most systems pretty damn well. The problem is that, you know, we're all, I wouldn't say elitists, but we want to get the best out of what we can play. So the stuff with the channel is for me to show you how to get the most of it. So on various different systems, using various different things, we get to get the most out of our games, play them properly as they were intended, or at least as close as possible, and wherever possible enhance them even more than what they were in the first place. I know that might come as sacrilege to many people, but at the end of the day, it's 2020 and we can do whatever the fuck we want, as long as it's legal, of course. So yeah, that's what I wanted to go with it. And now, whilst all this has been going on, the FPGA scene's really come out of its shell. So I want to go into depth on that as well. So we're going to be covering Mister, a lot of FPGA products, to show you what can be done. Now it's the future. People have been stagnating for too long. I've been away from the scene and I can see people getting stale. There's a lot of new stuff out there, and I can see a lot of things that have been released, and people show you what it is, and people show you what they can do, but you need inspiration. You need something that, I don't know, like my little project over there that basically plays everything as perfectly as humanly possible using modern technology. I want to show you guys how to do it at home. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm saying it's the best that we can do at this moment. And plus, I want to get in. Now I can go on camera. We're going to be doing stupid Metal Jesus stuff, where I pull out a couple of games and I say top 10 best games ever, because that's what people do on YouTube, but with an Austin twist. Anyway, am I waffling shit now? Sorry, language.
Okay. Well, yeah. Based on that comment, we've had someone said need a new top 10. Haven't had one since top 10 since 2017, and since a lot of new stuff has updated since 2017. You know, with the Switch emulator, PS3 emulators and stuff. So a lot of people are looking forward to stuff like that maybe in the future. A lot of people are just excited to see you back, to say your quotes, to say your catchphrase. Let's get stuck in.
Yeah, I come up with some stupid stuff, don't I?
It's a lot of people are just, you know, they're all very interested on seeing new content coming out and just excited. So I don't think it's anything bad at all. It's all about.
Yeah, it is good. And again, I'm sorry about this stream, guys. It wasn't the way that I wanted to tell you guys, or the way that I wanted to do it. But like I said, every time I tried to make it legitimate and put it into an edited video, it just didn't feel right, because I don't know. It's like when people go on I just did it myself on YouTube. I was going to say it's like when people go on YouTube and they start crying. But there's a difference, in my eyes anyway, I don't know. There's a difference between somebody crying. I don't fucking know.
It wasn't. The thing is, though, with those type of videos, it's apology videos. It's saying sorry for something that they've done. This isn't something that you've done, though. If you get me.
Yeah, yeah.
You needed to take that step back to look after yourself before anything else. Like, everyone respects the fact that what you've done is right. Like, no one's turned around and said, "Oh, you've left us." Like, that's it. No, everyone's like super supportive. And like, it's done now. You've said the piece. You know, all they want from you is positivity moving forward. And
Yeah, positivity. Jesus Christ. You go on YouTube now, and it's like everybody's dying all over the place. It's like, oh, somebody said this and somebody said that. Shut up. Stop whinging. You've got better things to worry about. Somebody calls somebody a name. There's people in the world in far worse situations than somebody saying crap on the internet. Like I said, I don't care about people taking the piss out of me online and stuff. It's just me being embarrassed for myself. People can call me every name under the sun. It's like even on my comments. I don't know. You go in the comments on my YouTube videos and everybody's saying, "Oh, this guy's off his face," or "This guy's talks too much." Yeah, true. I do. And I am. I was on morphine. And I don't care what you call me. The only thing that I have blocked people on my channel, but I don't block people for insulting me. Call me any name you want. Say whatever you want to me. But the only thing I'll block people for is when they start being nasty to other people. It's a positive place, my channel. I don't need no shit. And neither does anybody else. They come over to our house to have some fun, not start drama. Unless something really needs to be said. Anyway, where were we?
Just a lot of people are joining now and trying to figure out. Obviously, they don't know the full story because we've been streaming for like an hour and a half now. So, but you don't need to say it again.
I'm not going to say it again.
A lot of people are already saying what you said in a paragraph or so. So, but everyone's just super excited and happy you're back. That's all I'm getting from the chat right now is just here for the love and ready to nerd out and learn new stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Honest to God, guys, I love that it's, I don't know, like I said, those years while all this was going on is some of the darkest years that I've had in my life. I've done some crazy things and I've been in some crazy circumstances. Been in some what people would class as shit times. But those few years, they were bad. But the one great thing that came out of it, I think I've said this about 5 times now, is you guys. The people who watch, the people who talk to me every day. The people who just have the same passion as me, games, and just need something different to think about. They need, I don't know, escapism, and they need something to concentrate on. They need something to learn from. It's like also all media. I love movies. I love music. I love everything. I love just to consume as much as I can. The one thing that I try to consume is positive things. Because, let's face it, we've all had enough shit in our life that we don't need any more other people's dramas. That's why I didn't want to tell anybody about the shit that was going on, because you've all got enough crap going on in your own lives. You don't need to listen to my crap. But I couldn't move on until I did.
I think if people, well, I know you say you don't want to keep the video up, which is completely fine. A lot of people are trying to catch up with rewatching the video and stuff. But a lot of people are just have to see you on live stream right now. Yeah.
I'll leave it up for 24 hours.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good move. Like, just for the people who, time zones and stuff, that's probably a really good move. But going forward, like, what is your goal now for the rest of the year? Do you have any plans for the channel or for yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I obviously want to get back to my normal content. So we are going to do a top 10 2020 emulators. And also...
Emulation?
Yeah, emulation. We need to get caught up in everything that's been going on while I've been gone. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of emulation stuff, obviously. Same kind of stuff as what we've been doing before, but a lot more professional, a lot more thought out. Obviously, I can do editing better now. It's going to take me a little bit to get to grips of it again. Adobe Premiere keeping updating all the time. So it's going to take me a little while to get back to grasps of editing properly. But yeah, as soon as I can, the videos are going to start flooding out. Then they're going to become regular. And... yeah, we're going to make this magic happen. And also, like I said, we're not just concentrating on emulation this time. We're going to be going for normal games, so games that are released now. We're going to be going for retro games, as in real games. And we're also going to be going for FPGA, which is like a mixture of the two. A symbiotic relationship. Kind of emulation hardware, isn't it? So... I think that's the future, to be honest.
Someone said, is that a cat or dog we can hear in the background?
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's a dog. Want to meet her?
Yeah, I think half of you speak to the dog story.
Come here. Come here. Come here. So this is Lola. This is the pup that's been looking after me through all this. And she has been absolutely amazing. Best pup in the world ever. You can hear her whinging now, because she just wants to go to sleep. Cheers, puppy.
Someone else said, are you going to be doing some more live streams soon?
Yeah, that's something that I really was interested in before. But like I said, because of the medication and stuff like that, it wasn't so much that I couldn't do live streaming, because I could. The problem was that I didn't want to just live stream on my own. I would prefer to do it in tandem. So I've always had this thing where I would love... I don't know. I'm not a podcasty person, but it would be nice to maybe do a live podcast with people in the community. People... I would like to give some recognition to some of the people who don't get FaceTime. So you have people like me, shitty YouTubers, who take all the glory for other people's hard work, and I don't think that's right. of course, people know that other people make the stuff, but it's like, I don't know, a YouTuber, or well, it is basically just a YouTuber. They release it to the public. I know it's released to the public on websites and Reddit and other places, but let's face it, 2020, everyone does YouTube, so the main information gets divulged through there. So it'd be nice to get some of these, the developers of the emulators, people who work behind the scenes, get some feedback, some straight from the horse's mouth. We all know that I've messed up on countless occasions, getting facts wrong, getting names wrong, all kinds of crap. So it'd be nice to get people on straight from the horse's mouth who've never had that voice before. I've got to say that while I've been gone, some of the developers of emulators and stuff, they've reached out just as much as some of my viewers, and been wishing me well and stuff. Again, it's hard for me to respond because first off, I can't read the message because you tried reading tiny writing with the medication that I was taking, and it'd just be nice to get people on there. And like I said, people were wishing me well. People have always talked to me in the emulation scene behind closed doors. I don't tell anybody because most of the stuff that we talk about isn't supposed to be public, and I'm never going to break that trust with people like that. But the problem is that then they don't get their words out. So again, it would be nice to get people on, get their feedback, why they made these emulators, even old emulators from back in the day that people remember. I've spoken to countless people, and it would just be great to let you guys hear their story. Front end people, the guys from Hyperspin, the guys from Launchbox, Maximus Arcade, Galaxy, Retro FE, all kinds. Sorry if I've forgotten anybody. It'd be nice to get everybody's feedback and let them have a voice. People who don't do stupid stuff on YouTube still being able to talk to the public. Yeah, so it'd be nice to do that kind of thing more often. I would like to do it first off as a live stream and then just leave it up there. It's kind of like a podcast talking about all kinds of crap.
People want to know what type of games you're playing right now as well. Playing at the moment, if anything, or interested in what's your upcoming games you're interested in, or something you may be seeking out to play again.
In new games, from a new game point of view.
I think it's in general. They just want to know what you're playing or what you're interested in the future.
Like I said, the main thing that's taken its thing at its toll lately is the Amiga build that I've been doing. I'm still waiting on the. I ordered I don't know what the official terminology. Basically, a cart adapter, a big board that's got like 1,000 different adapters with different systems on there that can translate the cartridge into the FPGA, and then it will be the Polymega as they wanted to make it, but they didn't, and so I've just made my own as they intended but didn't. In the shell that I wanted, because I always wanted an Amiga that did magic. Now that does magic. But in terms of like projects that I've also been doing on the side, we have got Commodore 64. That's a secret project though. But I've just spent bloody a week taking it to pieces, cleaning it up, and retro brighting it. Basically, it was as yellow as the sun. It had Coke spilled all inside of it. I bought it off eBay as basically trash for about £2, and I'm gonna turn it into something, and non-destructive as well. There's nothing I hate more than people ripping up old consoles or old bits of hardware to put, I don't know, a Raspberry Pi inside of it. No offense to it, I love Raspberry Pis and all that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't ruin something to make it. not something as classical as a Commodore 64 anyway. So everything that I do make is always non what do they call it? Non-obstructive, non-destructive. So yeah, the I've got a 3D printer, and that prints out basically a shell on the inside. So everything that I want to make gets attached to the shell, and then the shell gets attached to the system, and so it looks nice, it looks proper, and nothing gets ruined. So in 100 years' time, somebody can still use that Nintendo. Somebody can still use that Commodore 64 for another project, or as a Commodore 64. Who knows?
Sorry, just checking if the stream is up. Because yeah, sorry. Yes. A lot of people are just saying the quote. Let's get stuck in.
Yeah, like I said, I literally cannot wait. I've got so many ideas that's been bouncing around my head, but I couldn't make a video without addressing this first. At least not in my mind, anyway. Because, like I said, all the stuff that I've always wanted to do, I don't want to be the star on the camera or anything, but I knew that I would have to be on camera to do some of the stuff that I want to cover. Like I said, I've always wanted to cover original games. I've always wanted to cover original hardware and what's been happening with them back in the day, and even modern stuff. You know, I've got, you can't see because it's on the other side of the camera, but I've got all the latest technology on this side of the room, and it'd be nice to show you what you can do with the latest technology as well as the old technology, and then emulated technology, FPGA technology, arcade technology, brand new games for normal systems. You know, I got the Switch, I got the Xbox, PlayStation, all variants of such. Basically, every mainstream console that was released in the UK or computer, I've got. And I would love to make content on that. So that's where we're going forward. We're going to do everything. My head's just full of ideas, but I had to get this out of the way first.
When do you want to tie this up? You've been going for an hour and a half now. Like, you still want to keep going? Or...
Yeah, I suppose we better tie it down. How is everyone in the chat? By the way, guys, I'm sorry I haven't read through chat and everything properly. I literally, with the meds that I'm on at the moment, I'm coming off them. I can't see very well the little tiny text. Normally I press the Control Plus and blow everything up, but the chat won't let me blow it up that big, so I can't read the chat. It's just tiny little thing. Yeah, but yeah. So to condense it all, then, yeah, I got fucked up, but I couldn't talk to everybody about it because I don't want to be negative and bring trouble to people. So in my mind, I had to deal with it, move on from it, adapt, overcome, conquer, so I can come back and be positive again. So that's where I'm at. And now that it's all done, I can actually do what I always wanted to do with my channel, which was to cover all the content that I've already done and always done, but also introduce a lot more stuff into it. I literally just couldn't come onto the camera. I think I've made 2 videos on YouTube with my face in it. And it's because of the medication that I was on. You could tell straight away. I look like a smackhead. I've got big red eyes, and yeah, people would tell. So my paranoia, it stopped me from being on camera. Again, not that I wanted to be on camera, but I wanted to feature things on camera, which then would have meant that I would have been on camera. You know what I'm getting at. Crazy though, isn't it? I can't believe I've just done all this tonight.
it was just, a step you needed to take, that you wanted to take for such a long time, and now you've done it now. Now it's
It is
done.
good. The crazy thing is as well, I haven't even told my friend, a couple of my close friends back home. They know. But over this period, I didn't tell anybody. I just had to. It's stupid the way my mind works. I had to deal with it, and then I could tell people. Yeah, but it's done now. It's out
Kind
there.
of nice. It's kind of nice you've gone out there now, because then I can feel like I can talk about it now, because I've known about it since last year as well. So
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's not my situation, but a lot of people come up to me or message me in the Discord and be like, "Is Austin okay? Do you know about Austin? Like, what's going on?" And so obviously I can respond. So it's kind of nice that you said about it now. So, but the love is there. The love is there. It's positivity, and like I said,
yeah. Like I said, I just cannot wait to get back to you guys. That's the whole thing that makes all this worthwhile. Just the fact that I can talk to people all around the world, and we can be as geeky as we want, and nobody cares. It's like a dream come true for me. I love sharing knowledge. I love learning new things. You guys teach me stuff. It's like whenever I make a video, as much as I'm hopefully teaching you guys some stuff, well, hopefully, some of the stuff that I make makes me cringe. But as much as I teach you guys in the comments and stuff like that, because I think, except for obviously the period where I haven't been able to read the screen, I literally do read every comment. I don't reply to them all. And you guys talk to me and tell me just as much as hopefully I've told you. And that's the way I like it. I wish I could do more with you guys. I don't know. It's like I wish there was a way that we could, a convention, where we could all get together and just, I don't know, geek out, like completely get amongst it. I mean, we all go to like these retro conventions and stuff, but to be honest, there's so many cliques and there's so many elitists and stuff. It sometimes puts me off going. Especially because I've been known as the emulator guy, the guy who does pirated shit. He's like, yeah, I'm a pirate. I got all the stuff. So it's the fact that we're gonna end up, everybody's gonna emulate, because it's like that. My collection, what have I got there? I've got about 15, 20 systems set up, and that's not even all the systems. And that's me being a fan of this. That's me being able to, because I'm lucky enough to have this kind of setup. I'm lucky enough to have all of you supporting me, so kind of enabling me to have the excuse to do this. That's why I do YouTube. It's not because I don't know, I want to conquer the world or anything. It's because it gives me an excuse to do the stuff that I love. And the normal person doesn't have, I don't know, there's a lot of people out there that don't have the money to have that kind of setup. I'm not saying it's an amazing setup, but I'm saying that it's still a lot more money than people have. And in a lot of cases, people do have the money, but there's more important things in life to spend than on a 30-year-old console that barely plays games that nobody else remembers. And try to explain that to your wife, and you'll be divorced. So that's what I want to do with emulation. Give people a chance to just play games. When people talk about this preservation stuff, I get it. There's a lot of games out there that will die out and they'll be gone forever. And Yeah, because there's only one of them made, and somebody held on to it, and so nobody ever gets to play that game. Great. But for me, the preservation side of it is more to the way that people can just play the games. So, I think what am I up to? I think I've got like over 1,000 PS2 games. I love PS2 for some reason. And to have that kind of setup would cost you a fortune. And to have that amount of space to have a setup that could play it properly. Whereas you can just get I don't know, a console or an old PC that costs 40 quid and have all the PS2 games. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit naughty now, but in 50 years' time, I don't know. It's the way that people will be playing games. FPGA, obviously, is another way forward, but at the end of the day, I think that FPGA is different from emulation, but it's still the same route. It's got the same intention. It's just that obviously FPGA is a far more accurate way of doing it, and I think that that is the future. The problem is that FPGA is basically reinventing emulators again. So like it was, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago when people were happy when they could boot up a Nintendo on the laptop. That's how it's going now with the FPGA and the enhancements that's coming on. That's what I mean. I've got so much in the mind that I just can't wait to share with people. By the way, guys, there's an awesome guy, Pez82. Awesome guy. He's covering a lot of stuff to do with the Mister Project, which is FPGA. If you want to get brought up to speed on anything of what I'm even talking about, some of you might not even know what FPGA is or where it's currently up to. You see, a lot of people just think that the only FPGA that's out there is the analog stuff. So they think that the only thing that you can play on is the, I don't know, what have they got so far? Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Master System, and Genesis on there. But with I don't know, Mister and other FPGA devices, you can play literally, I don't know, the majority of the 90s computers and consoles. And it's the future. Yeah. Am I just talking crap now?
Probably good time to wrap up because it would have been, you finished dead on 10 o'clock then, so that would be a 2-hour stream. So, if you want to finish, you're more than welcome to. If not, carry on.
I don't know. What does I can't even read chat. What does chat want to do?
Chat is basically talking about FPGA and talking about Mr. content and stuff like that. A lot of people are just saying welcome back. And a lot of people just wanting you to say your catchphrase. That's it, really.
Well, let's get stuck in.
Yeah, literally, that's all they want you to say. Is say that over and over.
I might just make a video of that on repeat for like 24 hours or something. And wear a green suit, whatever they call them.
But yeah, everyone's just saying, look after yourself, take your time, no rush, keep doing what you're doing. That's from Paul.
Oh, cheers, Paul. But yeah, thank you everybody for. I wasn't expecting so many people to turn out. I thought that, to be honest, the YouTube algorithm would have gone. And I thought that most people would have moved on anyway. But it's a lot more people than what I was expecting to turn up on this stream. And it does mean a lot to me as well. It's fucking embarrassing though. Like I said, I didn't want to say what I said today, but I had to say it. Yeah. And now it's done. And now we'll never talk about it ever again. I don't know. It's
I'm still super shocked that Sega Europe, the verified Sega Europe YouTube channel, came in and like said about the Dreamcast 2.
That's crazy. That I was a Sega fanboy as a kid, so having something like that happen, that's quite
huge, big.
yeah.
I have Sonic in my window. Like I have Sonic embroidered into my window, and I've had it all my life. So, yeah, that's crazy. But
Yeah, it's like
everyone's happy to see you.
I don't even know what was my. Yeah, I was going to say my console, but I can't find it. I've just been moving stuff around today, trying to find wires to hook up my setup so I could do the stream. But yeah, Sega's a huge part of my life. I know a lot of people in America, they're big Nintendo fanboys. I never saw, crazily enough, I saw a NES as a kid. Very young, before I ever saw a Master System. But I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a video recorder, like it's supposed to look like. And I played it, and I loved it. But I just played, I think it was Mario 1. That was the only game that they had. My mum was babysitting for somebody, and we went round and I played it. But the first console that I ever got, apart from like a Pong thing when I was really young, was the Sega Master System. So that's like my NES to an American. That's why I've got so many crappy Sega Master System games. And then obviously you progress and you go on to the Sega Genesis. So I've got a lot of Sega Genesis games. I've tried to go for more quality than quantity now. I've still got a big pile underneath the desk and in boxes around the house of a lot of the consoles, but now I've tried to just keep the quality on the shelves, because let's face it, there's so many games on all these different systems that there's just too much and it can overwhelm, and I've only got so many shelves. I wish I lived in a mansion where I could just store it all, but unfortunately we all live in the real world where we have a couple of shelves to put things on. But Sega, yeah, that's surreal having them turn up to your chat.
Especially this live stream, particularly.
Fuck yeah. I bet they won't touch me with a barge pole now. Fucking whinging pussy on a live stream.
I think one more question someone said was, are you going to be more active on socials like Discord and Twitter and stuff, and getting involved with the community again? Obviously, I'm guessing that's a yes.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff with the socials, it's like my Discord. I loved my Discord because it really was the way to real-time communicate with you guys. I used to go on there in the evening and just chill out in chat. I mean, you can only have like, I think I limited it to 6 people in the voice chat at a time, because once you get over 6 people, people talk over each other and it gets a bit hectic. But first come, first served, and I would just chill in there all night and just talk to everybody that turned up. And I loved it because it was a way, again, I just love to geek out, learn new things from you guys, and me share things with you guys, whether it be games, everyday life, experiences, all kinds of stuff. I love that. Again, it's why I feel so lucky with YouTube, because it gives me the platform to communicate with you all. A lot of the time it is a one-way street, and I don't like that. I would much rather be one-on-one with literally everyone, but there's only one of me. And the reason why I couldn't go in Discord and why it kind of went quiet with me in there was the morphine. You could tell I was slurring my words, and I was very self-conscious of it. It sounded like I was drunk or I was a smackhead or something like that. And it was getting worse and worse, which meant that I couldn't come into voice chat and talk, because people would be able to hear the way I was talking, and obviously then people talk and yeah, you understand. And then my eyes, with the medication, it glazes your eyes quite badly, so everything looks very hazy. It's like trying to read Discord underwater. That's, on like 1 pixel font size. It's I couldn't read and I couldn't speak. The only thing I could do was hear people, but then I look stupid just lurking in my own Discord, listening to other people talk. But I couldn't tell anybody because then I would have to explain everything, which is what I did today. I'm not really stupid doing it. So yeah, moving forward. But someone's gonna have to teach me Twitter. I don't get it. It's I kind of get my head around Facebook, so I will be posted on there much more often. So if you're not a member already on the Facebook group, please join the Facebook group.
Into the chat now.
Yeah, there is links on most of my videos anyway for the Facebook group. I will learn Twitter, so if you're on here and you're not following me on Twitter, put it in there. I will actually be posting logic on there from now on. And Discord.
Discord, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, now that you all know the story, I'll probably be on Discord because that's the way that I like to unwind and chill. I just hit up YouTube myself, watch everybody else's content, and chill out in Discord. I've been lurking other people's channels, listening to them talk where people don't know anything about me, and people won't judge me. But now I can go into my own Discord and chat. So if you're a Discord user, jump in there because I might be on there later on, but I'll definitely be in there most evenings, and I'll be in chat of the Discord most daytimes as well. In fact, my Discord's open on my phone all day, but in terms of actually talking on a microphone, I'm in there every night, or I will be going forward.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm excited. Can't wait. I'm just like a injured wolf after what I've just put on the internet today at the moment now.
Go and have a beer and chill out. You'll be fine, right?
Can't. Medication.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Theoretically, beer. Okay, it's not real beer, but in your mind it is, alright? But, yeah, no, all good. All good.
Yeah, I will be. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Like I said, it's a big weight off my shoulders today, getting all that crap out. And now you all understand, hopefully. And I am sorry for laying anybody down on anything. Yeah, I hope you understand that it wasn't I didn't choose for this to happen. I just didn't know how to deal with it. So it's dealt with, and I'm back. And we can all just do really geeky things going forward from now on, which I'm very excited about. I've done too many exciting things in this world, and just being a normal geeky person is my dream come true, and I want to share that with you all. I'm talking shit now, aren't I?
Nah, you're saying what you need to say. It's all good.
Sega Europe, though.
I've screenshotted it as well, and I think a few of the other mods screenshotted it as well. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Sega. I know they're not watching now, but fucking hell.
You've been consistently above 700 viewers, which is insane. Yeah. Crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. Like I said, I'm looking forward to doing this more regularly. Like I said, I'm going to get some stupid things that, I don't know what people do on live streams. They have things that glow up in the corners and stuff. We're going to have things that glow up in the corner. And we're going to have transitions to make different scenes.
I made some transitions, or well, learned how to make some transitions the other day. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more of the live stuff. It'd be nice to just do a live thing every weekend. Maybe get a guest on each week. I'm not saying we're going to have... I was going to say Patrick Swayze then, but obviously we're not going to have Patrick Swayze on. But, yeah, it'd be nice to get some people in the scene. People that people would be interested in. I'm really interested in giving people a voice who haven't had a voice before. Emulator developers, people in the scenes who work behind the scenes, people who make the magic but don't get the recognition I think they deserve. Interesting people from emulators gone by. Yeah, I've had a lot of interesting conversations with people, stuff that I can't talk about online, but it'd be nice to talk to them so they say it online. There's some interesting people with very interesting stories in the scene that you wouldn't imagine. And some of them do jobs that you could never imagine. And yeah, it'd be nice to share all that with people, to give a more human side of it all. Because, I don't know, we all play modern consoles, we've all got our PS4s, we've all got our Xbox Ones and all that kind of crap. And obviously they're all corporate. Whereas with the FPGA and the emulation scene, these are just real people, normal people, working like just everybody else. But they make magic, and it'd be nice to get those people making their magic and bring them to you. And plus we can make stupid videos as well. We can do, I don't know, it'd be nice to get normal people on here. Just the everyday Joe. Maybe a guest from the crowd every weekend or something. And we just play stupid games online. Maybe we can make actual physical games. Pin the tail on my ass or something. I don't know.
What is going on?
I know.
Yeah. Someone says as well, one more thing. Will you be streaming on Twitch or will you be streaming on YouTube?
I don't know. Where would people prefer me to stream? YouTube's probably easy for me. I think because
do you make YouTube
back
the videos or like a bit of everything? I mean, the audience is there on YouTube, so
yeah, I think it'd be easier just to stream on YouTube. It won't be an everyday occurrence, but I reckon at the very least it'll be once a week. We'll have a big stream, and it'll probably be a lot longer than what we're doing tonight, because I've noticed with my analytics that there is literally people from all around the world, and I do want to talk to as many people as possible because I love it. I'm such a geek with it all. I love learning people's histories themselves. I love learning what games they play. I love learning about new systems that weren't natural to me. It's like one of the biggest things when I started YouTube was learning Nintendo. Because the first Nintendo that I played properly was the Nintendo 64. I had a childhood sweetheart, and her little sister had a Nintendo 64. I had a PlayStation at the time, but it let me play a lot of the Nintendo stuff, which gave me the Mario bug, and that then fed on to me going back to the what's it called, the Super Nintendo, and then especially through YouTube learning about the Nintendo, the NES, and I just love that kind of stuff. But there's so many different computers all around the world that other countries had as standard. Like I think Europe had a lot of the MSX, France, Brazil. They were big into the Master System, which is why I loved the Brazilian people so much. Unfortunately, the language barrier kills me though. And yeah, when you go over to some dodgy countries, they tend to play Chinese knockoffs, so they're just getting into the NES at the moment. It's so magical though. Can you imagine being in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a war zone, near enough, and there's a little kid playing Super Mario? It melts you. It literally melts everything inside you when you're in like the craziest of circumstances, and then you hear that song. It's, I don't know. It's hard to put into words. Oh fuck! I'm getting deep again. Stop it. Sorry for vaping as well, guys. I used to smoke quite a lot in the army, and at least this stops. I did quit altogether, but as you can understand, I had quite a lot of stress going on. So it's better than smoking. But I suppose we better call it a day, though, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I think it's been it's been 2 hours odd so far, so you're all good.
But it's great, like I said, to condense it all. I've got it all off my chest now. You guys know what's going on, the reasons why I've been so standoffish with everybody, why I've been so secretive, why I would go missing, why I would, I don't know, do stupid things, get things wrong, and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't because I didn't appreciate anybody. It wasn't because I didn't want to do what I was doing. There was nothing else I could do. I just had to deal with the situation and overcome it, and that's what I did. I'm never started YouTube to bring my troubles to anybody else. I'm not here for clicks out of sympathy or anything like that. I'm not going to milk my situation, which is why this video is going to be the last time I talk about that kind of stuff. But it has been very nice for me to be able to talk to everybody about it, to get it off my chest. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like admitting to myself that this has actually happened and that this is a huge weight off my shoulders going forward now. But we're never going to talk about it ever again. Unless we have a few beers together at a convention and we get absolutely ratted and do stupid stuff, which I'm quite excited to do. That's another great thing. I could never go to conventions. I went to, is it Play at Blackpool once? I went with an ex-girlfriend. She was a bit of a nightmare. No, she's not. She was a good girl. But the thing is that I couldn't talk to anybody because I was on crutches. And I knew, it's like, I fucking hated crutches. Because as soon as you go up to somebody, they want to know what's wrong. And then I either lie to them, which I never want to do. Or I tell them the truth. And then it makes things very awkward. So it put me off going to conventions. But now I can. Which is very exciting. Because I actually get to meet everybody face to face. And share some good times. Not just virtually or over a microphone and a camera. But actually in person. Get to know the real you. But I suppose, is there anybody else? Is there anything else I should address? I'm not good at this. I don't know what I should do and what I shouldn't. And I'm sorry if I've done anything that I shouldn't do.
I honestly think you've said everything you need to say. But I think you have anyway. And I think a lot of people have just taken that on board. And just want content for the future and positivity moving on, and they're just glad to see you're alive and well and a better mindset. So
Yeah. It is. It's made me happy doing this. I gotta admit, I know I whinged in the middle of it, but it has made me very happy getting all this off my chest, and just being honest with you guys rather than leaving it all in the shadows. I can now be me again, which is absolutely awesome. And now I no longer feel like somebody's sticking a screwdriver on my leg 24 hours a day. I can actually focus and make the content that I want, and make it good quality. That's the main thing. I love editing. It's a crazy thing, really. I love making the content. I obviously going through it all because it brings out the geeky side in me. But then I love to just focus on editing. It's very therapeutic. And then there is nothing better in this world than pressing go live and the video's up, or I'm streaming like now or something, obviously in a better circumstance, and I can communicate through the messages. It's, yeah, it brings a huge smile to my face. Even if people don't even like it and whinge about it. Still watched it.
Someone said hashtag simply streams.
Yeah.
Great name for it.
Yeah. We are going to have to come up with a plan, guys, on the old streaming, because I do want to go live quite often. It would be nice doing something that is very geeky related, obviously, whether it be modern games, vintage games, emulation, FPGA, getting guests on and all that kind of stuff. But it also would be nice to just do something that's just fun every now and again. Whether it be we make some kind of game show and get guests from, I don't know, randomly from Discord. We could do like, because let's face it, I'm on YouTube, so I get countless crap sent from China. And it's not being dodgy. I mean, if anybody sends me anything proper, then I'm more than happy to feature it, cover it. I love that kind of stuff. But you get so many of these clone consoles from China. It'd be nice just to have some fun with them. You know, we could show them off and make them into a giveaway or something at the same time. I don't know. It'd be nice to get some feedback on that in social media, people's ideas and stuff. It'd be nice to think outside the box, do gaming and stuff, and bring people together, but in a different way. Something that would be just fun. Mindless, simple, happy, fun for everyone.
We do have, on the Discord, we do have a Simply YouTube video request channel. So if you do want to have any ideas you want to pass on to Austin for a stream or for videos, put them in the Discord.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get back to you.
And also make sure you are on Discord as well, guys. Even if you're not a Discord person, people on there, to be honest, most of the people on my Discord aren't Discord people. A lot of people, well, it used to be before I fell off the planet, were just people who just chilled in there and didn't go anywhere else. They just hung out with people. And like I said, I'm in there. Well, I was, but going forward, now all this is out the way. I'm going to be in there most nights, just chilling in chat. And if you see me in, just pop into the mic. It's always open. I love just talking with people normally. I normally limit it to, I don't know, 6 people or so. Because like I said, anything over 6 people in the voice chat, people talk over each other and it just becomes not fun. So first come, first served. But people pop in and people pop out all night. And I can't wait to start that again, because that's, I don't know, out of all this, it's probably the most enjoyment I get. It's just talking to real people with a geeky passion such as mine. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, by the way, while I've got people on here, again, people that have got me through this period, because all of you guys have been on, lockdown for like, I don't know, 3 months or something?
2 months now. Okay.
2 months, pussies. You got to think, I've been on lockdown since the 25th of November. That's when I had the chop, and that's when I basically couldn't move. And I've been stuck in my house for, what's that, like 6 months now? It's been hard. And now I've got this out the way. I can live. My wings are free and they are fluttering all the way to fun stuff on Discord or whatever.
No, they're not. You just
Yeah. But yeah, I suppose we better close this down tonight, guys. It has been absolutely amazing getting this off my chest, and I have got to thank everybody that came to the stream tonight. It helped me get everything off my chest. I'm sorry. I got emotional, but I just had to get it out. It was the only way that I could make content going forward, because I couldn't just put this behind me, because I've been gone for a year and a half, and if I start making videos and I've got one leg, people are going to start asking questions, and I don't want... I'd just rather come straight. The one thing I want to do going forward with YouTube is just be me. Be straight, be honest, be forward. Talk to all you guys. You guys are the most important thing about YouTube. And unless I'm completely honest and open and straight, I know what it's like to hide behind a stupid avatar and name. But it's not what my channel's about. I'd rather just be me. And now I can finally be me properly. And that, making this video today has been... It feels like I've just had my leg chopped off again. Sounds like it's a bad thing, but again, that day was so special for me. It was the day the pain stopped. That was my physical pain. And now it feels like my mental pain has stopped. Actually, being able to get this off my chest and talk to everybody again. And I can't wait for the good times, moving us forward. Having some fucking fun. That is a very good thing for me. But I do want, before I do go, I just want to say, people that I've been looking at over this period, Lon TV, he turned up. I do like Lon. If you want to go to anybody's YouTube channel and get a trustworthy, that's the most important thing, a trustworthy review on any product, technological, or want helping hands, hints, tips of anything technical, Lon's your guy. And Modern Vintage Gamer, what a guy. He's yeah, I knew him when he was this high, a grasshopper, and now he's far surpassed me, and fair play to him. He deserves every one of his subs, every one of his followers, because the magic that he's been making while I've been gone, absolutely beautiful YouTube. It's content that I wish I could have made. It's top tier, top quality, and he's a good guy to boot as well. Pez82, because he's, I don't know, he's a lefty, but he's a good lefty. And he, yeah, if you want to learn anything about the cutting edge of FPGA, console modding, cutting edge enhancements with stuff like that, he's your guy. There's so many different YouTubers that I could go on for. And of course, Bithead1000. He's the worst YouTuber and the best YouTuber at the same time. Love that guy. And yeah, everybody knows. I could go on forever with all the YouTubers that I love and watch, but those are the ones that I'm probably watching mostly right now. And Ordinary Gamers. He did a great video the other day making a Hackintosh. Very interesting. Makes me want to make a Hackintosh again. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling now. But I've got to say thank you to everybody that came today. I'm sorry if I wasn't communicating as much as I should have been in chat. I just can't. For some reason, I can do most things on the desktop, but I can't resize my chat so I can see it. And my medication and these glasses ain't really helping at this moment. So I've been unable to communicate the way that I wanted to. I got to thank everybody for sending donations. I told you not to send donations, but I am very much appreciated for what you did send. I don't any money that comes in from YouTube, I don't spend it on, I don't know, stupid stuff. It all goes into games so I can make content. And my crazy technological ideas cost money. And I've got to pay for a new leg now. So I've got enough to spend that money on. So everything that comes in from the YouTube side of stuff, it literally, everything either goes towards equipment or games, and nothing gets spent anywhere else. And most of all, thank you to everybody who has turned up today, who sent a message. I got countless messages while I was AWOL, and some people I replied to where I could. It was a good day where I could see the message, or I don't know. I just felt like I could open up sometimes. Never told anybody the whole story, but yeah, I tried to reply when I could. But I hope you understand. A lot of people sent me messages and I didn't reply. But I hope you understand why now. And that won't happen again, because the cat's out the bag. And thank you everybody that came to the Steam stream today. It's very humbling to have so many people watch me cry on the internet like a fucking pussy. But thank you all just for fucking being amazing. Since I've had 10 subscribers, I remember the 10 subscribers as well that I had first. They still pop up every now and again. And yeah, I like that. I like seeing the same faces pop up. And sometimes they give me shit, and I'm more than happy to take that shit. If my videos are wrong, if my videos are bad, tell me. You don't have to lick my ass all the time. I'm not saying you do, but I'd rather people be straight with me than beat around the bush, because that's how we learn and we evolve. Just don't give abuse to other people in my comments, because that pisses me off. Nobody deserves a bad time on my channel, apart from me. But yeah, I suppose I better leave it there, guys. And thank you very much for everybody coming in and listening through all that crap. I hope everybody's good, especially during this crazy time that's going on right now. I know the world's crazy at the moment, but it looks like it's on the either plateau or coming down on the other side. My heart and wishes go out to everybody in the world who's dealing with what some people are, I don't know, some people are in some very unfamiliar circumstances right now. But yeah, I'm waffling. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry if I didn't say sorry for something that I should have done, didn't mention somebody I was supposed to, or do something that I was meant to do. I tried my best, and I hope that it was good enough. Thank you for Kai for coming on and helping me out with the chat and stuff. And yeah, let's get back to making some new content, which is going to be the best ever. I'm actually going to go over to my Discord. I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee to wake myself up a bit, splash my face, and then I'm going to be in Discord. I'll probably be chilling out in the chat for an hour. So if anybody wants to hang out, talk face to face, obviously not in person, but in chat, then it'll be a pleasure to talk to you. But that's about it today, guys.